I asked my chat for the funniest or worst romance stories, and it went horribly wrong. Turns out, a lot more people are traumatized than I initially thought. But worse than that, my chat has more emotion than I thought. But you know what? At least I didn't have to listen to Wheelie Bin. Please subscribe and watch the video. I need something to make me feel better after that. I got sunburned, and I guess it was the first time my boyfriend's family saw a white person. Okay, there's 23 responses. Did someone just submit one now? Allow me to pause the music, everyone. Welcome to your funniest or your worst relationship stories. Today, I will be Cupid Mushy, and I will be being Cupid while we're looking over all your romance stories. I'm probably going to regret this. I don't care about your role, just read. Hold on! Never had a relationship, only some simple childhood crushes. It's my 13th reason. This time I'm really gonna do it. Almost. I actually, there's not a doubt. It's Ko. It was Ko. I effing knew it. I'm so good. Yeah, he really slid into that game. Hold on. Oops. Let me go over here. Mid. I can't help you. You're done for, Ko. Do we have a taker in chat? Ko, he's never had a relationship. Only simple crushes. He's just a little guy. You could fix him. He has problems too. So he's probably gonna be a little toxic, but like you're gonna work through it together. Ko, I love you. Do we have a match? Ko, what do you think about Dawes? Ko, you have an offer. Dawes is on the table right now. Sorry, that was hard for me to read. I'm missing drama. In my first and only relationship, this is Francino. I know you guys like white on rice. Okay, no, it's not the right. That's not. Oh my god, Broncino, did you want me to know? Wait, I'm so sorry. Back to Cupid Mushy. Neither of us really loved each other, but we didn't want to be the one to break up with the other, so we ended up having lots of fights. During one fight, I was trying to comfort her through some family trouble she was having, and she had a huge mood swing and snapped at me saying, "What would you know? Your personality changes every week." I think I dodged a bullet when I finally broke up with her. I think therapist Mushy is gonna be necessary for this one. Actually, a true story. Me and romance, we ain't buddies, but one time in like middle school, there was this girl. She was like the most popular girl of our grade. Like actually fiction type stuff where every guy was into her. And obviously, I also had a bit of a crush on her. Every day, I'd look forward to talking with her. Then randomly, one day during recess, she said she liked me. I low-key short-circuited. Now looking back at it, it most definitely wasn't serious. What happened after? I transferred schools that year. No! Yes, very tragic. I low-key cried, but that's life. I have this thing where like I feel like if it's meant to be, you're gonna see them again. Had a girl T who dated my younger brother for a while. She was pleasant and enjoyed coming over, but eventually she broke up with him. So far, so normal. Oh god. She tried to get with you. Eventually she noticed that I was single and she asked me out. This was maybe a year after she'd broken up with my brother, so it didn't set off any alarm bells in my mind. We got along pretty well and she liked coming over for dates. Eventually we broke up, though the way it happened was a little bizarre. First she stopped responding to texts, then a few days later she told me in person. Was she cheating? I was kind of in shock, so I just said okay, which for some reason made her increasingly upset. The actually strange part was that later my dad told me that she called to ask if she could still come over. That's actually really sad. Actually, that's sad. OP must have had a really nice house. Yeah, damn. This girl is also the only girl I've ever been caught in bed with.
What the fuck was that?
The sheer speed at which she moved from sitting... Oh. No! I don't know if I want to know which chore it is. It was cynic. Oh, Mushy, you will learn a lot today. No! I had become really close friends with someone when I was younger, and he had invited me to school dance. As friends, as he said. We get ready for the dance and start making our way there. He suddenly stops, drops down on one knee, confesses his undying love for me under the twinkling stars and shining moon. He had tears in his eyes and he was trembling. The whiplash. Unfortunately for him, I was not interested in him like that. I wasn't able to respond because I felt so sick to my stomach from that interaction that I threw up next to him. The worst thing she can say is no. I'm so sorry that every time I gave you guys love advice, I said the worst thing they'll say is no. This is worse. I have a bad story. I have a really bad story. When I was younger, I asked someone out, and now that I'm older, I realize I did not like them because like the way I thought about it in my head was like I didn't didn't want to live with them. I didn't want to marry them. I did not want to like be with them, basically. I just wanted to be in a relationship because everyone was like getting in a relationship. You get me? Like everyone around me had like a partner. And so I think I wanted a partner. And I feel like the mentality of it was wrong. I don't think this counts, but it is funny. Back in kindergarten, I asked a girl to be my wife. She said yes and kissed me on the cheek. Then turned around and kissed another little boy on the mouth. Shocked, I asked, hey, why'd you do that? And she replied, oh, it's okay. My mommy does it all the time. Oh. Now that I write it down, it's kind of messed up. This is like one of those reminders that everyone's normal is different. I had a good friend in college who invited me to a double date with her girlfriend. A little awkward, but everything went okay. We all went out to eat and walk in a couple of places. She texted me a few days later saying, hey, I don't think this is gonna work out. I found something out about myself recently. She's gay. She's gay. You turned her gay. Turns out my date and my friend's girlfriend were seeing each other in secret. I wasn't wrong, but I wish I was. I had a blind date that turned a girl lesbian. I've made a running joke at this point. My ex-girlfriend decided to break up with me by waking me up at 2 a.m. and asking me to meet her at the park where we met. What? She then went on a 20-minute long rant about how our relationship at the time was becoming boring and our sex life was going nowhere. She then broke up with me. No, I don't feel like the problem was the sex life. I think the problem was that. I don't know. I mean, if that's important to her, then I guess like, no, that's the, oh, never mind. That sucks. Back in middle school, my first girlfriend, who I was on and off with, dated my IRL best friend, my homegirl, and multiple other close friends. And it was Myrano. Myrano lover. Oh, that's kosher. It was kosher. Well, on the bright side, kosher, you're with Myrano now. And if that didn't happen, you would not be with her. Off of nothing but that little like blip alone. Let's start a prediction, good or bad. I'm gonna do a minute. We're gonna do a minute. 20:48 intermission. Okay. After a night at the club, I went home with a group. Oh no. When the party wrapped up, everyone left except me and someone who passed out on the kitchen floor. I stayed behind to help clean up because I'm a gentleman. I'm still proper buckled from this festivities, but the lady was stone cold sober. We clean up and she brings me to the bedroom where she has a large wheelie bin for some reason. But drunk AF, so extra dumb, I joke we should get it on in the big bin as it was clean. Action ensues in the bin and no sheets needed changing, so happy days. I'm told I wouldn't sleep in her bed because sex is in bed. We sex here. This is bed. All in all, a solid 9.5 out of 10. Would have been 11 out of 10, but I was wicked sore from sleeping arrangements. I used to have a long-distance relationship with someone for 7 years. We both kept to the promise that we would be together one day. When we finally moved in together, we had the best time of our lives, but sadly some difficulties came up with family and jobs. So one day, we were just chatting and playing games together, and she suddenly said, I don't think this is going to work anymore. Well, after that day, she decided to move back into her parents' home. She left me and took my cat with her. What? When the weekend came, I saw her status on Facebook that she has a new boyfriend. I'm okay today. Ew! I don't like her. Like the poor cat. When it's an animal, the animal can't fight back. You know, like the animal relies on the human, and so that actually is sincerely upsetting. And I'm so sad that happened. And I wish that there was something that could be done about that. And I'm so sorry you went through that one. That's so sad. That's so sad.